that was back when they were stuck inside the mall. We talking about Rugrats, y'all. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, because Dex got on a Reptar shirt.
A wrinkle.
Yeah, because I didn't know you was getting up. So now you gotta shuffle in time because you gonna see your panties otherwise.
See what?
What'd you say?
You got to shuffle in time, or else they gonna see your panties.
I don't care about panties.
If y'all don't know, Ty he don't got no pants on. So when he come in, y'all can get an eye full. I just want to let y'all know.
I'm sorry.
You snuck in. You bent their knees.
He pulled that blouse down.
The things we do for television. See, I think people actually don't like in the news. People actually wear like tuxedo like tops, and then they'll just have like on shorts and sneakers. They don't care really.
And if they're doing radio, they wear pajamas because they really don't care.
And they leave the wig at home.
See, this show happens so late, and normally I go to bed around 10:30, except during the summer, of course. So I usually just used to have taken my shower, so I usually just have on a t-shirt or a shirt of some kind. I don't have anything on the bottom.
But it's the summer, so you should, like you said, you don't go to bed at 10 during summer.
I still just got a shower though. I got to be clean.
I guess.
For my viewers.
It's a start.
They look, so sometimes if you stink, like it looks like you stink on camera. Jason.
Well, it doesn't look like I stink. It looks like you might be a little ashy, but
I'm a lot of things. Ashy is not one of them. Matter of fact, I'm so greased up, I'm sliding out this chair.
Sliding out the chair.
Leaving the residue on the chair, grease stains.
One thing I'm not is greasy. Like my skin is like glowing. Look at this.
What do you use, Crisco?
I use coconut oil on my brown skin.
All right. People are tired of listening to us banter. I guess we'll start the show. Something that they tuned in to see. I thought we were giving you a pretty good show. Welcome to another edition of Bro Talk Live. My name is Jason. Let's kick it over to my main man, Dex, and his special guest, Reptar.
Dex the one here. Dexter Stuckey here. Super excited to be here.
Title change.
Before we get started, I want to give a very huge shout out to my friends over at Thriller Miami. If you guys are ever in the Miami area, make sure you look up Thriller Miami. You'll have an amazing time.
Dex always has like a new promo that he's getting paid for that he puts on the show every week now.
But we already see him that money, so it's kind of shady.
As long as he's getting paid, that's all that matters, I guess. Tyler guy, what up?
I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to wipe the grease off my table. I really did get grease everywhere. But I'm doing all right. I'm alive and well.
So when you was going back, I guess you slid your buttocks up against the table, and you got the grease stain now.
It's like on my arms. I was leaning forward, like trying to relax myself and prepare for a good show. And then I kind of got grease on my table, so I'm trying to wipe it off.
All right, understandable. Bill, what up, bro?
I'm land of the living.
All right. Bill, just to let you guys know, he will not be on the show next week. I don't know why I'm telling the world this now, but we're not taking auditions for spots. I just want to put that out there now. But Bill will not be on the show. We'll have a special guest. So yeah, there's that. Dex, how was your vacation? You went down to Miami, right?
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a great time.
What happened on the jet ski? Let's explore.
Let's not.
You really want to know that?
Like, let's never explore that.
Well, I was down. I was actually down. I was up and I visited several states over the past week. States such as Utah, Arizona, Wyoming, and Montana and Idaho. I did the little the white people rodeo circuit, it seems like. But it was fun. So shout out to all the people up there in those states. I would not live in any of those, but I do thank you for your hospitality, and I appreciate it. All right. With that being said, let's start the show. Bro Talk Live, we right on the mark. Thanks everyone for commenting on the video that we posted about Blac Chyna and everything else, and Rob Kardashian, because we tried to tell y'all, almost a year ago that this wasn't going to work, but some people believed it, and we went with it anyway, and now we're here. Tonight we're going to talk about Jay-Z, Donald Trump Jr., DeRay, We're also going to have some Kardashian and Jenner talk, albeit brief as possible. Let's start off the show with the first topic, which of course is the biggest topic that happened since we were gone. The thing that happened between Chyna and Rob. Who needs more help in this situation? Is it Blac Chyna or is it Rob Kardashian? If you missed, what happened, it was while we were on break, and Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian kind of got into a bit of a spat. Rob started off on Instagram, his Instagram account, posting pictures of Blac Chyna cheating on him with another man, and Blac Chyna awaiting surgery after she had a baby, and also, I guess, some nudes after Blac Chyna had breast augmentation surgery that he thought the world should see. He also posted a picture of the man that Blac Chyna is reportedly cheating on him with. His name is Ferrari, apparently. Ferrari True on Twitter. So you can, on Instagram, I should say, so you can check him out and view at your pleasure. But Rob said, this is the man that's been cheating on me and laying in my bed that I'm probably paying for and all that stuff. And then he decided to say that Chyna has been partying way too much and that she is crazy and that her lifestyle is not one that is conducive to a healthy rearing of child. So he decided that she would never, I guess, have full custody of the child again because she is unstable. He also decided to post some more stuff, and T.I. decided to respond to some of this, saying, why bring your business to IG, though? Look, you got work, bro, but at least keep it to yourself. You letting the world know that you a duck. I mean, a big duck, a mighty duck. Ronald McDonald the duck. Ronald McDonald wasn't.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
I don't know where that's from. Scrooge McDuck, Howard the Duck, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, all three of them, save the DuckTales and just hold this L, kiss your kid and cut your losses and move on. You got no moves, bro. Did anyone know?
McDonald the Duck might be. I'm trying to see like who. Maybe he got him confused with Darkwing Duck.
Maybe.
Perhaps.
Ronald McDonald did have a lot of animals.
I mean, but a duck wasn't one of them. Maybe he meant Daffy Duck? Like, I just don't understand.
You know the nursery rhyme, like, oh, McDonald had a farm. Did it say duck in that?
No. But is old McDonald Ronald McDonald? I thought Ronald McDonald was just McDonald's. I thought old McDonald was like somebody else.
Yeah, old McDonald was in Jim Crow South. Ronald McDonald.
Rob decided to put T.I. on blast, though, saying, since T.I. want to chime in on business that don't concern him, let's talk about the threesome you had with Chyna and your baby mama, Tiny. Don't speak on my daughter when you're having threesomes with young Shy and Tiny, and I put that on my daughter's life since you want to speak on my daughter. Damn shame. Chyna told me everything about your threesomes with you and her and Tiny. You got no moves, bro. Correction, T.I. paid Chyna to have sex with him and Tiny. Strange revelations there from one Black Rob Kardashian.
Black Rob.
That's
Black
what they call it, the duo. Blac Chyna decided to go on the media circuit, and she went on Good Morning America and defended herself. Just because of something that I used to do, talking about stripping, I shouldn't be bullied to say, okay, well, you used to do this, so you deserve that. She also claimed in court documents that Rob punched her and made multiple suicide threats over the past months, and that he basically threatened to kill himself in order for her to feel guilty and get back with him. She also brought her lawyer along with her, and her lawyer did a lot of talking. But she said she was devastated when she saw all the posts online, and she said, I'm like, how can someone do this to me? I was very fearful because I was like, if you could do this, what else can you do? She also added that she takes his threat seriously because she showed her a gun at his residence. She said, I've been telling Rob, I should say, to get help and to go to therapy since June 2016. To my knowledge, basically, that's right when they started dating. To my knowledge, Rob has not seen a licensed therapist. I'm in fear of this angry, volatile, vindictive man who has physically attacked me and tried to humiliate me so publicly. I am embarrassed by his posts. I ask for orders of protection so that I can live my life in peace and free of fear of him. She also said that she filed a restraining order, which was approved to protect her daughter Dream, and that she's just going to get back to co-parenting Dream. The lawyer said that just because Chyna is a stripper, she has not posted, a former stripper, I should say, she has not posted pictures of her genitals in the past. Secondly, any explicit photos that she may have chosen to post in the past, that's her choice. She gets to choose this time if these photos are made public, and she did not consent to it. adding that in California, revenge porn is a crime, a civil wrong, and a form of domestic abuse. So Rob is looking at either a year in prison or a hefty fine, which I'm sure he can afford to pay. She said that the judge gave them everything that they asked for in regards to the restraining order, which is a set of very strong and enforceable orders against Rob Kardashian, restraining him from coming near her and restraining him from cyberbullying, restraining him from posting anything about her online of a personal nature, including photos and videos. Chyna, in response to this, decided to clarify that she's not going to be the one raising Dream by herself. She said, I would never try to take Dream from her dad. Hopefully me and Rob and I, can learn to have common ground to be the best co-parents we can be. She also added, like she said, Rob should go to anger management classes. And she said that on Good Morning America that she claimed that, you know, her and Rob hasn't been together since December. So the allegations that she was unfaithful weren't true because they haven't been together. She also explained she sent Kardashian, talking about Rob, a video of her in bed with Ferrari in an effort to get him to leave her alone. So guys, question of the day is, who needs more help in this situation? Is it Chyna or Rob?
I don't think Chyna needs any help. That was very well played.
I'm telling you, it is apparent she's about to get all the help she needs when the lawsuit settles.
I mean, that is the way to do it. She changed her wig. She showed up looking dignified. She looked very sad. She looked very convincing. Like, I almost felt bad for her. I was like almost rooting for her until I realized, like, she's definitely running game and she knows exactly how to do it. And when I was looking at those posts, like, I knew about the revenge porn law, and I'm like, she's gonna play this. She's not gonna entertain this. She's gonna take this all the way to the bank, and that's exactly what she did. She's done everything correct. She doesn't need any help at all. She knows exactly what she's doing. Rob is the one who needs help.
2016 reigning stunt queen of the year. Dex, were you impressed?
Absolutely not. Like, when we crowned her stunt queen before, it wasn't a good thing. We were saying this because she's extra and she does too much. I think I disagree with Ty. I think Blac Chyna seriously does need the help because I genuinely think that she believes her own hype now. Like, she believes that she has like when I saw her at that press conference, I legit think that she believes that this is real. Like, that she really was wrong in this situation.
That's what she wants you to believe. That's why I said well played.
But I don't think it's like a game.
Well played. You got it.
I think she genuinely feels like Rob did something wrong here, and she didn't.
I mean, he did do something wrong, but
which part?
When he posted news of her online.
The part that Rob did wrong was pay for her surgeries. That's what he did wrong. That's about it.
You can't post someone's news
on the
internet.
He wasn't necessarily posting her nudes. I feel like when it comes to nudes, once you send it to me, it's mine. I do with it what I please.
Not.
It's yours, but it's not everyone else's.
Well, he posted on his Instagram and not everybody else's. It's not his fault.
Oh, come on, Dex.
It's not his fault that took screenshots of.
Dex, we heard enough. Well played, Chyna. That's all.
I'm telling you. And let me tell you something else. I would be offended if the Kardashians had made all their money gentrifying and stealing up black culture. You know what, Chyna? That's wonderful for the culture. You can go ahead and steal up their money right from under them. That's
Someone also asked her, how does she feel knowing that she basically is the only one that'll be raising a Kardashian? Because, you know, once this is gonna sound bad. Once Khloe, Kim, and Kourtney die off, it sounds bad. You know, Dream will be the last Kardashian besides Rob. So she's actually raising the future Kardashian. So she's the last Kardashian. Dream is the first and the last, really, of that generation of Kardashians.
I don't understand. I don't get that.
Well, because, I mean, unless they decide to keep the name, I guess if Khloe has a baby out of wedlock, and
Michelle name is Simpson.
So yeah, so Dream is the only Kardashian kid that'll be growing up as a Kardashian. She's the one that keeps the name alive, and the fact that Blac Chyna controls that is
wait, Kourtney doesn't. I don't understand how Kourtney named her children anything else. Like, she's not married to him or anything like that. Like,
but they're his kids. Like, they get his name. They're his kids.
He got this face of his too. But okay.
All right. Moving on. We're gonna come back, I guess, to the Kardashians and Jenners a little bit later.
We don't have to though.
We don't. Coincidence or racism?
Always
Racist.
Always racist. If you gotta ask.
If you have to ask, the answer is racism.
The War of the Planet of the Apes is a new movie coming out
Definitely racism.
next week. Actually, this week, I should say. And a movie poster was revealed from the set of the movie. And in this picture, as you can see as such right here, it's a little bit grainy maybe because of the quality of the picture. But upon closer inspection, this looks like, first of all, it looks like a regular picture, regular war picture, whatever like that. Upon closer inspection, you will see what this guy at Philly Customs on Twitter said: racist symbolism in movies is nothing new, but Jesus Christ, DeRay got to sue. Talking about this particular monkey in the front of the pack of the monkeys wearing a blue vest, which is DeRay's quote-unquote signature vest. Someone else said, does Planet of the Apes posters really have racially coded messages? Notice the Black Lives Matter symbolism. Notice the ape with the blue vest. DeRay got wind of this, Twitter activist that he is, and he decided to speak his piece on it. Given the history of rendering black people as apes, I'm offended and appalled by the lack of consciousness in Hollywood. Hashtag Planet of the Apes. And here goes a picture of the doll that they plan to release alongside
oh, how exciting.
the movie. The name of the doll, of course, is Bad Ape. A lot of people weren't as outraged as DeRay was, pointing to the history of the Planet of the Apes, which was in 1968 when apes were also wearing blue vests. Planet of the Apes, 1968. So about the vests. Some other thoughts on this whole vest saga. DeRay thinks he's in the new Planet of the Apes and he's offended by a blue Patagonia vest. Simone Sanders had a different opinion, saying, let me be frank, the team for this movie is trash for their lack of racial sensitivity and awareness. So I asked you guys, coincidence or racism that they tried to play this up with the blue vest thing in Planet of the Apes?
Not only is it not a coincidence, but it's a reach. Sir, I mean, you think that they would take the opportunity and the time to mock you?
I do. I think they would actually. Like the way things are going these days, it's just like every single person is petty, and it's kind of like one of those situations where like people really go out their way to do stuff like this. They really do. Like, and it's very little, it's very minimal, but they do it. And I do agree that they might have been trying to take a shot, not necessarily at him, but like at Black Lives Matter as a whole. You know what I mean? Kind of like one of those like hidden kind of things that they kind of throw in there because they do stuff like this. My issue with it though is him. Like why do you have to make such a thing about every single thing? Like, it's like when you we wouldn't be talking about this if you didn't make it a thing. Like, you continue to do this, and it's like he used it for like to grab more attention. It's annoying.
Ty?
I always go with it was always racism, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't think, like, I can't imagine them putting that in the movie just because of him. I mean, there's always the possibility, but it's best if it's not something that most people would pick up on. So it's you know what I'm saying?
More
like,
shady than anything, if it were to be anything.
Yeah, it would be more shady than anything. It's not something like, if I saw that poster, I would have never picked up on that. So I don't know, but maybe they did, but I doubt it.
It's kind of strange. I mean, I'm not saying that it's strange for him to be wearing the vest, because like we saw, the person in the people, or say the monkeys in 1968 also wore, vests. It happens to be 2016.
Like, was he born in 50 or like 60? And they were mocking the 8-year-old him? I wasn't mocking you. And if I was D-Ray, I would absolutely sue for racism.
But I think also, generally, people don't wear the same thing every day. So maybe
exactly.
take that as a hint to change clothes.
Okay.
Bro.
I mean,
that's what they're saying. Stop shopping at Forever 21 and get a new vest.
You could also say it's could have chose a different color. But
at this point, just don't watch the movie then. If you feel so offended by it, don't watch the movie. And they probably have a cool story about how that monkey got the vest. But I mean, you would never know because he's done all this extra stuff.
Maybe he got it from DeRay after DeRay was in the movie killed or something like that, or he stole it from DeRay. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's a good story. Like you said, maybe it's a story we just don't know.
I never watched any of the Planet BH movies, so I don't know. And I didn't intend on seeing this one either.
I didn't even know it was coming out.
I did, because T-Mobile Tuesday tried to give me $4 tickets. I'm like, no, thank you. I wouldn't see it for free.
Oh my goodness. All right, question of the night. Will Donald Trump Jr. be the downfall of his father?
Hopefully.
If Donald Trump wasn't his own downfall, then trust and believe like nobody else is going to be the downfall of him. Like the stuff that he's done, like there's no way.
All right. Well, the Trump team is reported to have met with a lawyer, a Russian lawyer linked to the Kremlin in Russia. Sources tell the New York Times that Trump Jr. only agreed to the meeting, which was also attended by Jared Kushner, his brother-in-law, and Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign manager at the time, because he had been promised damaging information on Hillary Clinton. Trump Jr. said that the lawyer, who had, quote, no meaningful information about Clinton, soon switched focus to the adoption program, and it became clear that this was the true agenda all along. The Russian lawyer told NBC News that she has no ties to Vladimir Putin or any damning information about Hillary or Democrats, in describing her 20 to 30-minute meeting with Donald Trump Jr. She also said that he only asked one question, quote, whether I had any financial records which might prove that the funds used to sponsor the Democratic National Convention were coming from inappropriate sources. She said that she had no information. But the New York Times has reported that Trump Jr. got an email beforehand by a publicist named Rob Goldstone, suggesting that the lawyer would provide dirt on Democrats that came from the Russian government. Now, get this. Goldstone works with a Russian pop star whose billionaire father happens to have ties to Vladimir Putin and President Trump. So a Russian pop star is basically the one who hooked this up because he has connections with Trump and Putin. Goldstone also said that he has arranged a meeting at the request of the pop star. Now, the lawyer, however, says that she wanted to meet mainly to present her case against something called the Magnitsky Act, which the U.S. blacklists Russians accused of human rights abuses. Now, she says she represents a client that was affected by it. Putin happens to be a bitter opponent of it, and he has said that he does not know anything about this lawyer. Donald Trump Jr. decided to release some emails to clear up everything, and in these emails, you'll see basically what happened. Someone wrote him saying, good morning, the publicist Rob Goldstein wrote this saying, good morning, Amin just called me and asked me to contact you with something very interesting. The Crown Prosecutor of Russia met with his father this morning in their meeting and offered to provide the Trump campaign with some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary Clinton and her dealings with Russia that would be very useful to your father. This is very high-level information, but it's part of Russia and his government's support for Mr. Trump, helped along by Aries and Amin. So basically they said, this information is something we want to give to you because Russia supports your dad's presidency. Donald Trump Jr. said, thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. I'm on the road, but perhaps I want to speak to him first. Seems like we have some time. And if it's what you say, I love it, especially later in the summer. So with all that being said, here goes some perspective. So it says, so hang on. This explicitly says, someone said to you that the Russian government wants to give you information to help your father win, and your response is, if this is what you say, I love it. And somehow you want us to believe that this does not mean that you are taking help from a foreign state to influence the election, which of course would be treason. So guys, is this the linchpin that we need? Do you think this will be the downfall of Donald Trump?
I do not. I think that no matter what Donald Trump does, Congress is not going to move on him, so it doesn't matter.
All right,
I don't think any of this matters.
Okay.
It ruins. It just helps people who are against him say like, see. But then it's just kind of like it just goes to show you like how flawed our system is because nothing's gonna happen.
This is the biggest news.
And it doesn't matter.
This is the biggest news since the special investigation started. I will give him that.
Doesn't matter. Nothing's going to happen. Like there's evidence that they were attempting to collude with Russia. Like he clearly just did that, and it still doesn't matter.
And then they went on CNN today, and Kellyanne, what's her name? Kellyanne Conway.
Kellyanne Conjob.
She was on there saying that just because someone request information doesn't mean they're necessarily going to get it, and it's not necessarily unlawful if they don't get it. It's like saying if a burglar breaks into your house and he doesn't steal anything, should he be arrested? Like that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Burglar, and you can still shoot him and kill him if he's in your home. Number one,
only if it's in the front. Because if you shoot him in the back when he was trying to escape, then you're wrong there. In some states,
unless it's Florida.
Well, wait a minute. You know all that wrestling I watch. I'm gonna turn him around anyway.
Listen,
but
at this
issue
point,
I have is that we are now like they have committed high treason, and
now you sound like Maxine Waters.
It's interesting because the penalty for treason used to be drawn and quartered by they would take you, string you up to a tree, strap all 4 of your limbs to
history lesson by Brother Will,
and then they would whip the horses until there was nothing left of you.
What year did this stop? What year did this quartering stop?
Like 1950 or something. Like they didn't give them the electric chair. But I mean, what's most interesting to me is they were chanting "lock her up," and the downfall of our government is his emails. Like, good day. But
listen,
the Southern Democrats are still going to find a way to say, no, that didn't really happen. He was just being him, and he was just reaching out so that we could bridge the gap between America and Russia. That's going to be the spin.
These people support Donald Trump no matter what he does. Donald Trump has done more than any other government elected official could have ever dreamed of getting away with. Donald Trump has done it. It doesn't matter. You can catch Donald Trump in the act, and they will still justify his behavior, and no one will act on him. Donald Trump will be president for at least the next 4 years, at the very least. Maybe not 8, but definitely 4. No one is doing anything about anything that Donald Trump has done or will do. He will do as he pleases, as he's been doing, and he will continue to do. So Democrats can get all excited about the new evidence that they found this week. It's not going to matter.
I don't like the way you said they. Are you not one of them?
I'm no longer going to be jumping at every single bit of information I can get to say, "Oh, look what Trump's done now. Definitely we're going to impeach him, right?" And they're going to say no, and they will get on here and they will defend Trump like he's done nothing wrong. Like we all know that if President Obama even thought about doing half of the things, he would have been gone. But Donald Trump is here to stay. And so I think we need to live with that fact and stop with all this. Like, it's not going to happen.
If he went to sleep and even dreamed that he thought about this, they'd have his black behind out on the curb so fast.
Like, imagine if Michelle Obama had those exact same emails that came out while Obama was president. Like, imagine that.
Not the same Michelle Obama who was signaling like terrorists by doing a fist bump. Like, there's no way we can have that.
Imagine she did that, and then on top of that, had the nerve to show up sleeveless.
Sleeveless? The same Michelle that gyrates on a stage talking about get healthy for kids and shakes her body around? We can't have that. Like, we got to draw the line somewhere.
Dex, do you feel like that Trump is pretty much immune at this point?
Immune.
Forever.
Teflon Don.
Good. But I will tell you this though, it stops here. If they think they're about to be like the Bushes and like keep this going, like this legacy going, or maybe you'll be the president next, you're done. Like this is the first and the last.
He did have Ivanka speak for him at the G20 summit.
Yeah, but she ain't. We're done with her too.
A joke. Let me tell you something. Even the Bushes have said he's gone too far. One Bush has stolen the country for his brother, and their whole family's like, "Oh, he's going too far." You know, this is too far. They're national thieves, and everybody knows it. Like,
I guess once you keep paying people off, I mean, eventually, you'll have the whole country.
George, like it's a joke to me. Like George Bush admitted to only going to Afghanistan because his daddy told him to, and he said it's too far. Where do we draw the line? Mitch McConnell is down there slob-knobbing and carrying on like a fool. Ooh. That's the problem. We need to get that loose jaw on out of there.
Oh, loose jaw.
One of the ugliest things you've ever seen.
I mean, he is hideous. He looks like one of them hand puppets. You stick your hand up in the back and you just let him talk.
No, he looks like, do you remember X-Men, the very first one, where that nasty guy turned into water? That's what he looks like to me.
Y'all dirty. All right. Moving on. Should Kim have even responded? What I'm asking is response to this picture. Someone tweeted, this is from her Snapchat. At Kim Kardashian caught out with the cocaine. You can see the cocaine here on the table. Let's scroll down there. Well, the alleged cocaine. It's not really, according to Kim, it's not cocaine. 2 lines there on the table. But Kim decided to respond to that, and let's zoom on out. She says, "I do not play with rumors like this, so I'm going to shut it down real quick. That's sugar from our candy mess from Dylan's Candy Shop. Just so you know." So, guys, did Kim make this better or worse by responding? Should she have even responded?
My issue with this, to be honest with you, we had a meeting this morning and we talked about different stories that might be on the show. This is the Team Dex meeting. And one of the things that came up was this.
What? Hold on. What?
Slide that on in there.
I love how none of this made my inbox. Like, okay, we're just going to side with top 7.
You actually told me before, guys, like this is Jason told me before. We had a conversation, me and him, and like I told him that I don't like Kim Kardashian anymore because she posted nudes, whatever. And he told me like she was posting these naked pictures of herself after she had kids. It was too much for me. And he told me, he said, Dexter, she's done. Like, I mean, like he legit blackballed Kim Kardashian after I told him that. So I don't, outside of this show, she doesn't exist. Like we never discuss her name like at all.
We don't.
And on the show, this is probably the first time since like a long time that she's
it's been a long time since we talked about Kim.
So I don't even mention her. But one thing that I did notice when I saw this, I was like, you mean to tell me you were at home eating candy and stuff like that, and instead of cleaning it up, you just decided to take a picture? You're nasty. You probably have roaches because that's some trifling stuff. Like if you eat candy and stuff like that, it's just gonna, the residue is just gonna sit there on my counter. I don't give up. It's just gonna lay there. I'm not worried about it. But I'm gonna take this picture. Like that's something I'd rather it be Coke. And you say, you know what? Yeah, I did mess up. I was doing coke or whatever. But say it's some candy that you just left there, like that's trifling.
Honestly, it looks like coke to me. I'm going to be honest here. And by the face that she's making, it looks like she just had from what I've seen in the movies anyway. I don't know.
From the media.
It looks like she just did a fresh line. Like the way her mouth is open, her nose is all wide. Like I feel like that honestly is coke. And the only way I'm
going to make a diagnosis like that. That's not fair.
The only way I'm going to believe that that's not coke, like I need a blood test to be produced immediately. I want her to show us the results of her drug test. That's the only way. I think that's coke.
I want to ask. The first thing is, Todd, do you think she could get one of them coke rocks up that new nose?
Absolutely, because it's not absolutely. That's what the new noses are for. They don't have any sensitivity in them.
They don't have any sensitivity. So you just go to the store, you order a crack nose. Like, ooh, what are you talking about?
The new one with no nostrils.
She can't feel the nose. She can't smell it. The only thing that's good for is sniffing coke.
Oh my goodness.
Here's the second thing. I feel like it's just a spin because ain't never one of them hussies said nothing about Blac Chyna yet. So I feel like she's trying to take the spin.
Well, this ain't the way to do it.
So she was in a bathroom. Like that looks like coke in a bathroom. That's what it looks like. But I see like a mirror thing. Like this is isn't that a bathroom?
It looks like maybe a counter of some sort.
You don't have no damn candy in the bathroom. That's the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
That's the bathroom.
I'm not sure of the layout of her house, so I can either confirm or deny that.
Like a bathroom.
That's some journalism for you. I can't confirm or deny it. Ty, well, please be careful. He's trying to get y'all sued, and he's gonna say when Kim comes to sue them, he's gonna say, "I didn't say it. I just posted."
I didn't say. Look at the question was, should Kim have responded? That was the question. It wasn't did she crack. It wasn't candy cane. That was.
So the answer to your question is yes.
Protecting myself.
The answer is myself. I do not believe your story, Kim Kardashian. Now you have the right to tell your story. I don't believe it. You posted the picture online, not me. The person responded saying you got caught with coke. I happen to concur with them. You're saying it's not coke. I want to see, some kind of evidence. It looks like a bathroom. Like if you want to just show more of the picture so I can get a little bit more ease.
Maybe like a close-up shot so you can see there's actually like chunks of candy.
However she wants to handle it. However she wants to handle it.
Like show yourself eating the candy. Where's the candy? Like what candy leaves residue in like straight lines like that? Like what are you
She
talking
did
about?
tell you the candy shop. She got it.
Residue, period. Like I've never seen residue like that.
Maybe next week we should get somebody from what's this called, Dylan's Candy Shop. Maybe we should get somebody on the show from Dylan's Candy Shop and see if this is something that their candy can do.
I'm looking them up right now because I'm gonna call. If they open, I'm calling on the show.
Dylan's also might be code for something else. I mean, I know there's a real Dylan's candy shop, but that also means like because Rob, when he was talking about Blac Chyna, he did say he used to get her party packs. I mean, maybe he was getting party packs for other people too.
There's one in New York, but do y'all think she went to the one in New York or in LA?
Probably LA. I mean, she lives in LA.
I'm gonna call.
But she said it's sugar from her can. So do they sell sugar? That's what we need to know.
Yeah, I'm sure they sell sugar, but like who has straight lines like that?
I'm calling now. I'm gonna call them right now.
They're probably closed.
And you're gonna ask them what?
You're gonna ask if Kim Kardashian smoking crack, or was that actually your sugar?
We should use our calls for something else. We can move on now.
Nope, I'm gonna call him. So y'all move on with the show. I'll let you know how I go with this call.
All right. Should Jay-Z charge hundreds of dollars while telling people to save up all of their money? He had an album out called 444, where he gave a lot of financial advice pertaining to African Americans as we decide to move forward in our financial stability. He had this one line where he says, "You know what's more important than throwing money in the strip club? Credit." Grown man rap right there. So Jay-Z also decided to announce his tour the next week, the 444 tour, and title pre-sale started a couple of days ago. And tickets were around $200 for great seats. If you wanted to be in the nosebleeds, you would pay about, between $70 and $110. Financial advisor Jay-Z would not approve of you all buying $200 tickets to rapper Jay-Z's concert, said Jonathan Will. So guys, should Jay-Z charge hundreds of dollars for his tour while telling people to save up all of their money? Is this a bit of conflicting advice?
No, it's not. I can easily afford $200 tickets. If you can't afford it, don't do it.
And that's really what it is. And you know how you can afford $200 tickets? That what you have to do? Get some credit, and you can afford it. Like that's it. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Like build yourself up and do nice things for yourself. And if you want to, if you're throwing away your money and you can't afford it, don't do it. Like if you can't pay your rent and buy 200, then don't do it. But if you can, then why not? Why should Jay-Z make himself cheap? Because he's telling you to do well financially.
What did you say, Bill?
I'm getting on with the candy specialist now. They're patching me through.
Patching you through.
Can we not do this?
I definitely don't want to do this right now.
Well, you all move on. I'll just.
Yeah, I find it. Like, I don't like when people do that. Like, I don't like when people do that. Like, oh, well, you want to be here for Black people, but now you're charging. Like, I didn't say that I was going to single-handedly make. Like, why should I give away my services for free? Because I want to help the Black community.
And also, you got the CD. So, like, if you can't make it to the concert, everybody doesn't have to go to every concert. Sometimes you're going to miss a couple of them. If you don't have the funds to go to this Jay-Z concert, don't go. And then the CD, when he was talking about Black people saving and stuff like that, he was talking to you. When he released these $200 tickets, they're not for you. Like, you can't afford it.
You can't afford it, not for you.
Yeah, well said. Looks like Bill's on the phone with the candy specialist at
let's ignore that.
What's it called? Gilbert.
Do you have this up so they can see all of us? Like, can we see this foolishness here?
Well, you can see Will. You can see him on the phone. He's speaking to somebody.
Manager.
Oh, you're going through to a manager. Oh my gosh, Bill.
No, thank you. Will's he's gonna get our show soon too.
Is Kendall and Kylie? Is the Kendall and Kylie hate misplaced? We'll stand by. We'll stand by in case you have breaking news to report, Bill. So
I'll leave a message. I'm with the regional manager.
Oh, you worked your way up the chain already? You get results.
Wasting time. Like, let's go with this.
All right. The reason I asked this is Kendall and Kylie hate misplaced. They released a line of shirts with their faces and symbols over such rappers as Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. They also did some things with Ozzy Osbourne and The Doors as well. A lot of people weren't really feeling these. These shirts were also retailed for $125 on their website, so you could have purchased one if you would have liked at the time. You can no longer do so because of the cease and desist order that none other than Valletta Wallace, Biggie's mom, placed on these products. She said, I am not sure who told Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner that they had the right to do this. The disrespect of these girls to not even reach out to me or anyone connected to the estates baffles me. I have no idea why they feel they can exploit the deaths of Tupac and my son Christopher to sell a shirt. This is disrespectful, disgusting, and exploitation at its worst. Sharon Osbourne, who Kendall also placed her face over in one of these t-shirts, said, girls, you haven't earned the right to put your face with musical icons. Stick to what you know. Lip gloss. Kelly Osbourne said current mood, and she put her face over a couple of Kardashians with the middle finger straight up in the air. One of the photographers of the Tupac shirts, Michael Miller, has filed a lawsuit against Kylie and Kendall in federal court in Los Angeles. He accused them of using his pictures of Tupac without his consent on the t-shirts they tried to market on their website last month. He wants to be compensated with all of the profits for his own losses and from the alleged infringement to the greatest extent possible under the Copyright Act. He said his lawyer said that because Miller registered his pictures with the U.S. Copyright Office, he could seek statutory damages of up to $150,000 per photo. He also decided to add this little point at the end, saying he had no interest in being associated with the Jenners, in part because of their known habits of quote-unquote ostentatious displays of wealth on social media, and in part because, get this, Kendall's involvement in quote-unquote 2 of the worst public relation disasters in recent memory. He let them know that he was not interested in being part of any of this Jenner mess. The Kardashians released, the Jenners released this statement in part of their company, saying Canada Inc., the licensee manufacturer of the K&K brand, purchased a very small quantity of vintage t-shirts with performer images already on them. So they purchased, the t-shirts as they were. Only 2 Tupac shirts were sold before being pulled from distribution. Canada Inc. did not copy anyone's image, remove any copyright notice from any image, or attempt to exploit Mr. Miller's claimed right of publicity. And also in a separate statement, they also said that Kylie and Kendall had no role in the actual creation of the clothes. It's quote unquote like suing an actor for being in a movie. That's what they said about the lawsuit. So guys, is the Kendall and Kylie hate misplaced?
No, because when it comes to, it's different for fashion simply because you're putting this out as your fashion line, your product. Like whether someone else created it for you or you did it for yourself, you're putting it out as if it's yours. So it's more like saying it's like suing an artist for putting out a CD and he stole your music on it. That would be a closer reference, not an actor for being in a movie.
Well, what's interesting, and I'm back. They didn't answer the phone. I left them a message. Nothing about Coke, but I had a question about their powdered sugar lines. What's interesting is that the laws on the books for intellectual property when it comes to fashion makes it much more difficult to sue than it does for music. What
did you ask? He had a question about what?
About powdered sugar lines.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm in tears.
It's like when I saw those shirts initially, and I saw people like having issues with the shirt. At first, I'm like, okay, it's regular, it's dumb. But then to see Sharon Osbourne come out with the statement and Kelly Osbourne do the thing, and then this guy kind of try to file a lawsuit against them, it makes me like think that people are being extra. Like I think it was dumb for Kendall and Kylie to do it, but if you don't like it, just don't buy it. But for them to do all this extra stuff, it like bothers me. It's like you're giving this too much life or whatever. Like it's just like relax.
I didn't even know the shirts were out until the outrage came out.
Right.
Me either.
Right, and that's how it generally is.
Well, I mean, but I understand why they had to cause the uproar because they wanted these shirts taken down and they didn't want, I guess, their loved ones associated with the brand of Kylie and Kendall, which I cannot blame them for whatsoever. Can you?
Wait. With all respect, to these musical icons. They don't want the brands. They don't want Tupac, Biggie, and Ozzy Osbourne to be associated with the brands of the Jenners.
It's their discretion.
Because the Jenners are the ones. Okay.
Absolutely.
Look at you, Dex.
I'm not taking their side, but like if we're calling a spade, like those three men they make great music, but none of them were angels.
Well, what happens when a spade trades from being a spade to a heart? Do you still want
None of those spades are hearts and never traded to be a heart. So, and that's with all due respect to Tupac, Biggie, and Ozzy Osbourne. But come on.
It didn't sound like disrespect. It sounded more like disrespect. Now, this is going to be
the clip that gets me killed off the show.
To be honest with you, they have every right not to want to be associated. You also have every right not to want your work to be used for someone else's profit. And that's basically what they did as regard to the photographer. Like, that's my work on your shirt.
Okay,
and you're not paying me. Therefore, I have to make a big deal about that. It is what it is.
So, Bill, do
you like work for Complex at this point?
We can't mention their name. We might get our video blocked.
Oh, yeah.
Like we did last
Again.
week. Sorry, Blonde Blacks.
What they need to do is have their people stop watching our stuff trying to get content from it. That's what they need to do.
Watch it, but give us a retweet. You're watching that stuff. Retweet it for us.
Cite your sources. But there's room for all of us, especially when we're better journalists than you all.
Oh my God! So much for me getting a job at Complex. All right.
We call them spades, right?
Hey.
Bill, Bill, one more question. What did you ask them verbatim?
I said, see, y'all. I'm not as ghetto as I used to be. I didn't call them like, yo, y'all got y'all. I need to know more. I specifically said, who I am and that I was interested in some of their powder sugar lines.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
And so I was just interested in trying out some of the new powder.
Listen.
They may have. So give me a ring back,
All right.
All right. Moving on. Time for Q&A. Dex isn't amused.
Dex is through with you all, and I couldn't agree more. It is time for Q&A, and this is the portion, I don't know why I can't speak to that, portion of the show where you guys get to participate, you ask us questions, and we try our best to answer them. These questions, I think we can kind of go through them really quickly.
We're going to do a good one because we're running late.
Let's do the long distance one. I think that would be the person who actually needs advice, I assume. The rest of these are like
the ADHD one needs advice as well.
All right, then let's do two. You're the one who said do one. Look, you're the one who doesn't want to respond to the people.
We can do two of those and one story for me.
On William's phone call and all this other stuff. What is the most sensitive what is the most sensitive, healthy way to break up a long distance relationship? I've been with my girlfriend for more than a year. She lives about 3 hours away, and we see each other 1 or 2 weekends per month. I've decided I don't want to be I don't want the relationship to continue. Nothing dramatic. I just don't think it's sustainable anymore. How do I tell her this? We both deserve to have this conversation face to face. Should it be when I'm visiting her, which happens less often for logical reasons? What's the standard protocol?
Yes.
This is easy. Don't answer the phone. Let's go to the next one.
To be honest with you, really quickly, I would just call her. I wouldn't wait until we were face to face because she's expecting a good visit face to face, and you're not about to provide one.
Wait, I don't think if we only see each other maybe once or twice what is it, like 2 weekends a month or whatever?
Right.
When I call, she's expecting the good call. So just don't answer the phone. Don't call her. Like it's over.
You can't just stop communicating with people, Dex. Like that's.
Yeah, you can, especially when they live 3 hours away. They're probably never gonna come to see you. Like,
I mean, how is she getting to you? Is she getting on a bus or a train? Like,
leaving the kids at home? Like what?
We've had the bus stop.
I know who this is. No, I'm gonna stop.
Lisa sitting at the bus stop with her kids.
Listen, to be honest with you, the best way to do this is to call her. Like, do not like if you can FaceTime her, that's perfect.
Perfect. If you want to waste your time.
Stop answering the phone. You already threw it in your mind.
You can't just be somebody's boyfriend one day and then like just stop answering the phone the next
typically
day.
how it happens.
What?
Yeah, that's how it happens. It's like
don't listen to Dexter. I don't know what's wrong with him.
All right, don't listen to me. But when she cuts you on the phone, you have to literally sit
Yeah,
there.
you just hang up. Like you don't have to put up with it.
You have to sit here. You have to sit there and listen to her cuss you out when you could have just avoided that by blocking her.
Next question. I've been looking into it, and I have reason to suspect that I have ADD or ADHD that went undiagnosed due to my gender, female. I'm 26.
Do females not get diagnosed with ADHD typically?
That is
that's news to me.
I'll talk about that in a second. I'm a 26-year-old HBCU grad and seem to have a lot of the symptoms of inattentive ADHD. At least, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. They want to know.
No, you need to read the whole thing.
Don't you yada, yada, yada them. Read this question.
At least that I can find online, which I know isn't the best source. I'm interested in pursuing an actual diagnosis, but don't know where to start. And is it worth it if I don't want to look into medication? I honestly don't know. Do any of you guys have advice on this? I just so happen to be a certified special education teacher with a master's degree to accompany it. And so I am going to tell you that the first place you are going to look as an adult is your primary care physician. You will go there and you will discuss these symptoms with them, and they will then send you to a specialist if they find it necessary. If you are curious about
holistic care, if they're curious about holistic care, you should tell your primary care physician when they diagnose you, because there's no real test for ADHD, is there?
Wait. So I thought this was very interesting. So I was like, I thought this was very interesting. I was like, she says she has symptoms. So like, what are the symptoms that she probably came across? And since she said she looked online, I'm like, what comes up right away? And it says symptoms include missing details and becoming distracted easily, trouble focusing on a task at hand, gets bored very quickly, difficult learning and organizing new information, trouble completing homework or losing items, needing to stay on task, and becoming confused easily or daydreaming. First of all, I just experienced all that in the last hour.
I'm about to say, girl, that was me.
And also, like, there are other things like chronic lateness. There are problems. Like, a lot of adults do have ADHD, and it is not diagnosed because it doesn't have a significant impact on their ability to function. And so they just kind of live with it. So, like, if you're curious, like I said, just see your primary care physician and ask them. And
the first thing they're going to do is offer her medication, though.
But you have to tell them that you want holistic care and you don't want medication. That's fine.
So here's what's interesting. I've done a lot of research about. I'm sorry, what?
He said just now. We'll go ahead and move on.
Just now.
No, actually, no. I was about to post a question on Facebook, so you mind your business and stay out my phone.
Ugly.
Little dummy. I actually have done a lot of research on ADHD and like different mental illnesses because I was interested in neuroscience at one time for a completely separate reason. What's interesting is in France, ADHD and ADD is not something they diagnose a lot. And a lot of children do not have ADD or ADHD because a lot of these illnesses are brought on by dietary deficiencies and what you eat and what you don't eat. So what I would suggest is see your primary care physician. But America in general it is known that America will overdiagnose you and diagnose you with a bunch of things that you don't really have. So I would say take it with a grain of salt and get a second opinion.
According to Dr. Umar, who is America's leading Hotep, he said ADHD is ain't no daddy at home disorder.
Okay, so next. Let's go. Move on.
That is so far from the truth that even though he's a certified school psychologist, so he should know better.
Allegedly.
I need to. But who certified him?
He is.
That's gonna be.
It's
He
a
was
Philadelphia. It's a Philadelphia something school.
certified by PCOM. It's one of the best
Yeah,
schools
P-Com. Yep.
in school psychology in the nation.
But I don't
So
understand why people
that
keep
part is
doing
true.
that. Like, I don't understand why people are questioning his certifications and then defending the certifications. I'm certified by Lincoln University, but that don't mean I know a damn thing about what they taught me, or that means I think that certain way.
That's very
Like, that
true.
doesn't
He also
matter.
said he had a doctorate degree, and they cannot validate or confirm that he graduated.
But I don't know
But
about the
that-
doctorate degree, but it is a fact that he's a certified school.
PCOM's a really good school.
Yeah.
I do know that.
But
Yeah.
that doesn't. But that literally has nothing to do with his thought process, though. Like, nothing to do with his thought process.
You can be an idiot and graduate from Harvard,
Yes.
or you can go to Wharton and become president like Donald Trump.
Trump, I would say, has a degree. So, like,
Send us your questions, roasttalklive.com/questions, or you can go on our website and just enter your questions in the little box thingy, and Jason will get them and he'll send them to me, and I'll post them to the show.
Just a thought.
All right.
Questions. These are weird celebrity facts that I was able to find and dig up over the past 45 minutes. So
Here's our graphic you were supposed to be getting for the rest of us.
Next
don't
season.
worry about that. The budget's not there for it.
Barbara Walters.
What's missing here with young, not young, what's young? I'm saying young. What's missing here with Whoopi Goldberg? Did you guys ever?
Eyebrows?
Did you ever notice that she doesn't wear eyebrows?
I thought it was edges.
You don't wear them. Take that off.
Did you ever notice that she doesn't have eyebrows? Like,
I noticed that.
you knew that?
Yeah,
Everybody knew that.
everyone knows. It's like widely talked about.
I never noticed that.
I don't think I've ever noticed that either.
And me and Dex probably watch more Whoopi Goldberg than you and Ty. So that's
On
really
the daily.
strange. I was shocked when I saw all these pictures. I was like,
In some of the pictures, she looks like she might have been
what?
a little younger. I mean, like, at least in her 40s, and like, wow.
How many siblings do you think Dennis Rodman has?
9.
Please, I'm still trying to figure out how many I got. I don't even have the time.
Worried about Dennis Rodman and his sibling.
Cannot.
Can y'all give me a guess, please?
I said 9.
I said 12.
You said 12. Bill, what you going with?
I'm gonna go with 10.
Ty was
So
actually
it'll be 9,
closest,
10,
and he still lowballed him by 16. Dennis Rodman has 28 siblings.
Oh wow.
Was a Rolling Stone. Now somebody in that family has ADHD. Ain't no dad at home.
My mom has 23 or 24.
What's Oprah's real name? Her real first name.
Gwendolyn.
I used to know that because it ain't. No wait, it's Oprah. Her name is Oprah.
Because like, who in their right mind would change their real name? Like, what name could be worse than the name Oprah?
Harpo.
I can tell you. The name Oprah, that's her real name, is on the birth certificate.
Just no, that's no.
it was a
Oprah was born in the South. They made a mistake. Like, my parents, seriously, like, their ages. My parents really don't even know how old they are, to be honest with you, because their birth certificate has, like, it's just these in the South is just not a place to live. Like, don't raise kids there, don't have kids there, because you will go through life thinking you are 2 years older than you actually are, because these goddamn things mess you up. Not even know what your middle name is and everything.
Oprah said they've just been mispronouncing her name for the past 70 years, however old she is. And her real name on her birth certificate is Orpah. So there's that. Apparently it's a biblical name. What's Chuck Norris's real first name?
Charles.
Oh, no, it's something like Ben or something like that. I forgot what it was, but it's like Ben or something.
It's the Spanish version of Charles. Carlos. And I thought, for some reason, I thought this was hilarious. And I had to include
Carlos.
His name is Carlos. His real name is
He
Carlos.
actually looks Spanish too.
Yeah.
I want him to be Juan Carlos now. Like I don't.
When did he become Spanish? Because Walker Texas Ranger was a white man. This ain't no white man.
Wait a minute. The Sheens did the same thing. They whitened up them names so quick. It went from Emilio Estevez to Charlie Sheen.
But yeah, Chuck Norris's real name is Carlos Norris. So there you go. And the R in R. Kelly doesn't necessarily stand for read. This is just a fun fact. R. Kelly is illiterate, and apparently he hadn't learned how to read until apparently the last about 8 years. He said, I'm not an A student. I'm not even a B student, but I've gotten a lot better with the reading because of text. I can voice text and say whatever I want to people, and then they text me back, and I take my time, and I can read through it. So that's just a fun fact about R. Kelly, even though he has a book called, what's this thing called? Solar Coaster by R. Kelly. He actually can't read.
Not even writing songs.
He can't read?
He can't read.
How's that work?
Or he can't read. I mean, he said he's been illiterate ever since he was a kid. So it's just a fun fact about R. Kelly.
How you writing songs? Like, how does this work? I need to understand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's such a good songwriter. Like, how are you?
I mean, Fantasia did it. What's that got to do with anything?
No, Fantasia's not a songwriter. She's been singing. She made excuses, and we don't pronounce it that way over here.
Look, Jay-Z don't write his lyrics down. You don't got to read in order to write lyrics.
This legit sounds like this sounds like the ADHD thing again. Like, ain't no daddy at home. Like, R. Kelly doesn't know how to read. He doesn't know where to use the
So you're a follower of Dr. Umar.
He messed up.
You're a follower of Dr. Umar. Like, you really believe ADHD?
That's not.
Ain't no daddy at home disorder. Okay,
These are like basic things, like how to read and where to use the bathroom. Like, these things, and he doesn't.
Was that not one of the better Jizza times that I've given you guys?
We enjoyed it.
So
we participated. Oh my gosh! Thanks, Dex. I really appreciate it. Time for Texas BS report.
All right, I will be very quick. I'm gonna only give you guys one story today in the interest of time.
Right.
There is a couple. It's a good one. There is a couple that goes by the Amandas. It's a same-sex couple. They're both females, obviously, and they have come up with something that we've never heard of before. So what it is their cat. So on a regular basis, like they dress their cat up in clothing and stuff like that, and the cat like screams and scratches the clothes off and like cry and gets really upset about it. It's a boy cat, and his name is Wolfgang, and they're like, Wolfgang, what's wrong? And then they realize it's the clothing. So then they started putting him on girls' clothing and panties. And Wolfgang actually decided that he likes that. Like, he doesn't have an issue with that. So what they're actually trying to do now is find a doctor who will actually do a sex change on the Wolfgang. Because they say, just like a lot of humans, they're confused about their gender. Our cat is obviously confused about his gender as well. So that is something that you guys probably will see in the near future, if they can find physicians, that are willing to do it and also can raise the money to get it done. Like, you'll probably see more cats, animals actually, like, really tap into the gender that they think that they were supposed to be. And that has been Dex's BS report for the week.
That was a doozy. Good job, Dex.
Dexter, good job with that one. That was some food. Okay.
I am continuously astounded with each and every Texas BS report.
Because these people exist out there somewhere. Like, this is real life.
Like, someone is going to try to do a sex change on their cat. Like, that's a real thing. Like, someone's going to try that. Any sick doctor that does that is just, never mind.
I mean, did the cat give authorization? Did he say that maybe he just wanted to be a cross-dresser? All cross-dressers don't necessarily want to be transgender. Like,
maybe the girls' clothes were a softer material and weren't as irritating. Like, you ever think about that?
Maybe instead of, before they do it, they can like sit the cat down and have some counseling or something like that. That way, we know exactly how the cat feels.
Yeah, have some counseling with the cats. Yeah. Show him the pictures, and that's what he gonna be like, meow.
They're like, but did you see how he said it that time? Like,
meow. If you get sex change that cat, I guarantee your cat will be dead within a few months.
The cat will be what?
Not knowing what the hell is going on.
That cat is gonna be dead as hell. Like, I don't think, like, I used to have cats, and girl cats and boys cats kind of look alike. Like, I've never seen a cat with a big penis. Like, it's not really a thing. Like, I mean,
what's happening?
Boy cat and girl cats kind of look the same underneath.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay.
I'm just a cat expert. I know. I've had cats. I know. All right.
Information you just keep to yourself, though, and it'll be fine. Trust me.
Time for seats. Bill.
Jason.
Wow. So yeah. In the interest of time,
I was explaining y'all about cat anatomy.
We don't.
Why are you so in depth?
Explain it to the Amandas. Tell them about it. Don't tell us.
You don't care about cat penis?
So a couple weeks ago, I was honored to share with Dex in a Kevin Hart day. a few weeks ago. We were in different positions, of course. He was on the stage.
Multiple positions.
You were in the audience, and I wasn't.
No, thank you. I have my all access pass. Don't try me, okay? But this harlot going to try to get all indignant with me because I asked somebody she was with to not climb over the fence, and she started cussing me out, talking about she gonna see me at 4 o'clock when it's all said and done.
You always fighting some women. What is wrong with you?
Wait, you in another fight with you know what?
Wait. Will, you saw somebody's child doing something they shouldn't be doing, and you said something to the child? Whose mother are you? Like, you are really somebody's grandma. Like,
when it was all said and done, after Freeway had got off the stage,
Freeway.
We all proceeded to go into Max's. You know, you could only go in if you had all access passes or what have you. And as she was just like yipping, I walked my tail right into the all access venue, and she stood outside and looked stupid. Ma'am, please don't be ridiculous. I want you to
stay outside, look ugly, and watch that kid.
Y'all stay flying these access passes like it means something.
Well, everybody can't get in there. I don't know how.
Oh, girl, you was like crabs in the bucket. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all need to grow up.
I'll give a quick seat to myself. So, as Jason alluded to, like this past weekend, I was in Miami, and my friends were like, "Let's go jet skiing or whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, of course. I've never been before," so I was like, "I'm game. Like, let's go." So we get on the water or whatever, and it was like fine. I was like, "Oh, this is actually kind of cool." Like I'm watching around, looking at the scenery. I'm like, "This is really kind of dope, actually." Like I like this. I don't mind being on the water. I've been on the water all weekend on yachts and stuff like that, and I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of cool. This is the first time I'm on the water."
Spontaneously flaunting that wealth like them Jenners.
Hey, they know wealth over here, but I'm over here, and I'm like, I'm having fun with it. Then the instructor is like, "All right, let's speed up a little bit." I'm like, "Okay." So I speed up a little bit. I'm going. Then I like keep going or whatever, and then I'm like, "Okay, like I feel like I'm going a little too fast," so I kind of slow it down a little bit or whatever. Then we got to this area, it was kind of like in the middle, and they're like, it started to be like waves, and they weren't like regular like how they had been. They were kind of like getting on me a little bit. I'm like, "Hey, there's water. Like, what's going on here?" So then I'm like, I keep going. And then more like hits me and it gets in my mouth. I'm like, well, no, this is like real water. Like, what's happening here?
Did you spit it out? You swallowed it?
No, it didn't come like that much, but it just had hit my mouth or whatever. But before it wasn't even getting that high. And I'm like, why is this happening? Then like, I started to kind of like, I couldn't control the thing anymore. And like, I kept like spinning around and stuff like that. And then like, there were boats coming. There were people swimming in the water. Like I legit just stopped for a minute and just started crying because it was so hard. Like it was like the worst thing I've ever dealt with in my whole life. And then the instructor was like, come on. I was like, no, I can't do it. Like, I'm so embarrassed. Like my friends were like there and they saw, it was just not good. And then like, I was like, I just want to throw up. And then they were like, just be careful, you know, just come on, just we got to keep going out there, whatever. And then I got okay or whatever. I was okay. And then I was driving a little bit, not fast, but I was going a little bit. And then I don't know why, but then it came to my head that you're in the Atlantic Ocean. And this is not like your parents' pool. If you hit the bottom of this, you're going to die. And I just started freaking out again. Like it was, like I've never wanted my mom so badly in my life. And I was like, I really want my mom right now. I just want to talk to her so bad. Like I was, then they were like, at the end, they were like, Dexter, did you get any pictures? I was like, no, and F this, I'm never doing this again. I wanted to go home so bad. I was like, I'm booking a flight. I'm going home now. I'm over this. I hate this.
You're so embarrassing. My sister's going to go to Lena Dunham.
Always. She's on that level with Kim Kardashian.
One of our favorites on the show. I was going to do the story about her, but I was like, you know what? She's not worth it. I'll just save her for a seat. She decided to return a dog that she had for 4 years back to the shelter in which she got it. Basically, she had a dog for 4 years, and she decided to use that receipt, like a Nordstrom's receipt, where you know you can return at any time. And she took that dog back to the shelter and gave it back to them people. And she said that the dog had been abused for years before she got it, and the dog was emotionally damaged, and that being alongside Lena and being in a house in a normal setting was torturous to the dog. So she decided to give the dog back to the shelter. So the people took
house with you is torturous to the dog. Well, you know when the dog goes back, they're gonna slice that dog's throat.
Well, the shelter that she returned it to said that they do not kill dogs, so they will gladly take the dog back. But they also decided to point out the fact that when Lena Dunham got the dog was not damaged. The people who sold the dog to Lena Dunham said that they knew who Lena Dunham was. She was a rising star in Hollywood or whatever like that, and they would have never given her a dog with traumatic experiences. And that the dog, in fact, went to Lena's mom when they went to pick up the dog and showed them a lot of love, which damaged dogs typically wouldn't do. They would hide and with their tail between their legs and just hide in a corner and stuff like that. They wouldn't be as outgoing as this dog was. And the people went on to say, like, if this dog was damaged, I've been taking care of dogs personally for 15 years. I would have known. So they decided just to throw that in there. They did take the dog back, and they said that the dog will be placed with a good home. But I just wanted to give Lena Dunham a seat for lying. Like, what is the point of lying about the condition of a dog just to return? They're going to take the dog back. There's no sense of you going to the media and saying that the dog was abused for 3 to 4 years, especially when there's no evidence to prove stuff. He said that, and she also said that the dog was damaged by more than one person. It was abused by multiple owners. And the kennel came back and said, yeah, like herself, like her sister,
like that.
But the kennel came back and said that, in fact, the dog only had one previous owner, and that there's no way it could have been multiple owners because it only had one owner in the first place. So my seat goes to you, Lena Dunham, for lying on a dog that you have for 4 years just in order to return it. I think it's really petty, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
And to close this out, I assume I have a very, very brief seat that's going to go to Philadelphia adults who think it's okay to come out in public stinking. I've gone to multiple, I've been getting around the city a lot, obviously, because I'm on vacation. And
come on.
I've been in venues, public venues, sitting next to people who smell like they just came out of trash cans. And I'm not talking like I'm feeding the homeless or something like that. I mean like people who are in public places, like restaurants and I don't care, wherever else I've been. Like, why are people stinking this badly? Like in the grocery store today, like I walked past someone and my knees got weak. And I'm just like, is he serious?
Would they be smelling like that? Would they be smelling like that?
And it really pisses me off because, like,
is it like underarm funk or is it like booty funk?
No, like I just told you, it felt like someone pushed you in a dumpster and then you died in there and came back to life.
That's like a mix.
Like, I'm mad you're trying to pinpoint the smell.
So it really pisses me off. Like, I really need people to understand that when you're in public, it is your obligation to make it a safe space for all people. And that I don't feel safe with you there stinking.
Neither do I. It's hot. Drink water, wash up, and mind your business.
Thank you. Wash your ass multiple times a day if necessary.
That's it. And then people, you know what gets me too? Because then they end up smelling like the outside. They be
don't come near me. Like, that's the nerve. There's some people think they have the nerve to come talk to you. They'll be like, "Oh, hey, excuse me, can you like get away from me?"
But some people don't like you. You know, some people.
Oh, you know you stink. I know you're not about to say they don't know.
I'm not gonna say they don't know they stink, but some people's faith say that they can't wash. But a certain
whose faith is that?
Well, there is a thing that I do subscribe to myself that like
they'll be using
overly washing does dry out your natural oils.
Let me tell you something. In every faith, cleanliness is next to a godliness. So pick a god and get clean so you can be next to him.
Don't dry out your natural oils. So don't be over showering.
It is out of control. You walk around smelling like that.
If you smell like that, I don't give a rat's ass about your natural oil. Fuck it. You don't need it.
Oh my god.
Like, maybe that's the only that gets them closer to their faith. I mean, I don't.
No. You and your guy can burn in hell.
Oh
if anything makes you smell like that.
Todd, I think you should just carry some like maybe some Axe, spray with you and just like go to town.
No,
I'm about to start beating people. Like, you want to smell like that. Like next time you stink there, you're gonna have to get like you're gonna have to
Febreze.
Like we gotta fight now.
All right. Well,
I said that, man. That God can come.
you're terrible. Shout out to Lord of the Rings coming back. Not Lord. What the hell am I talking about? Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones coming back Sunday.
Yes.
You want too much Dylan candy, huh?
Lord of the Rings. What the hell am I talking about? Game of Thrones comes back Sunday. Season 7? Season 7 is coming back. We're looking forward to Jon Snow traveling across this ocean to meet Daenerys Targaryen. And find out that his ass is a true Targaryen. And we will see who holds the Iron Throne at the end of season 7. So make sure you tune in. We will. Do y'all want to do a Game of Thrones podcast? We could do one.
Yes,
we can.
You got some fun with
seriously, I feel like she's.
I just wanted to very quickly give a huge shout out to Marion Simmons, who was the winner of our Bro Talk Live Black Panther Twitter contest. Like, thank you for your love and everything, Marion. That was really
slide those tickets that way.
I'm sorry.
Did you slide her those tickets?
We've made our arrangements with our contest winners. Yes, like we know what we're doing here, but we guys stay tuned. There's gonna be so many more contests coming up. Like we're definitely gonna do another Black Panther one because I mean the movie comes out in February, so we've plenty of time, to do another one. And also, once again, shout out to my friends over at Thriller Miami, and shout out to one of our guests on our show, a really good friend, Blaganista. Like I met up with her in Miami. She gave me some really good advice, and she's tuned into the show now. So thank you.
Yeah, did the little Uzi shoulder.
Get the little Uzi shoulder.
So shout out to that. All right, thanks to everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Don't forget, if this is your first time watching, or if it's your second time or third time, or if you just don't listen to me every week, feel free to like, subscribe, tell a friend about the show, and comment on the post so that it can get higher rank up there on google.com and youtube.com. We really appreciate all the love that we get each and every week. This has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. Don't forget to check out the podcast on iTunes and the Google Play Store as we will update it once again starting tomorrow morning. We appreciate everybody for tuning in live. Do you guys have any other comments to tell the good people?
I do. Next week, the Pennsylvania Keystone Jurisdiction will be celebrating its 32nd annual Holy Convocation. So if you all are in the Trevose area, in Philadelphia area at all, you can meet us at the Radisson Hotel. That's 2400 Old Lincoln Highway. Service begins nightly at 7 p.m. And we have an amazing lineup. So there's that.
Will Plies be performing?
We won't be having the evangelist come and bless us on next week. But maybe for future references, he can hold like a prayer revival or something.
Amen. All right.
Shout out to all my friends and family. This wedding is going down exactly 1 month from today.
Yay.
That's what I'm talking about. We finna get lit like Bic with Dex's money. That's what I'm talking about. All right. For Ty, for Dex, for Bill, this has been another edition of Bro Talk Live. My name is Jason. Be sure to follow us Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Bro Talk Live. And we will see you next week.